All right, we'll wait till we get a few people in here, and we got some stuff going on here today. Hello, Alexis. Thanks for coming in. It's like we'll wait for some more people to get in here. We got some stuff happening here today. We got some new stuff going on here in the shack to kind of talk about here. We got some projects coming up here. Maybe get them completed next weekend. They're kind of in the beginning phases. So I figured we'd just do some Q&A, see if anybody has any questions about what the heck's going on in here in this conglomeration of stuff. And so we got some stuff that we've put together today that hopefully be going up like next week. And see what goes on. So this is my Sunday deal. Just Q&A. Anybody have any questions about anything? Maybe interested in amateur radio? Want to figure out how to get licensed? Where to get some of the gear? Maybe how to hook it up? Anything like that? That's what we're here for today. We may do a little bit of talking on the radio. I don't know how much talking we're going to do, but we might do a little talking to do some demos here. See what the heck's going on. But we could talk about the setup here. We could talk about how things are hooked up. We could talk about a little bit of CW. We can talk about QSL cards. Talk about whatever you guys want. Talk about the mess on top of my desk here. I don't care. But like I said, we got a few new additions to the shack. So questions and answers. Anybody got anything for me here? Maybe you're wondering just what the heck we're doing exactly or why I'm doing it. Sorry about that. We got an old dog over here making noise too. There's an old dog right there. A couple of old dogs. But agglomeration of wire. If you guys stick around, we'll probably talk about what that is. That's actually something. That's not just a mess of wire right there. Apparently there's a couple of empty water bottles I need to pick up. A few of them. Anyway, yeah, so there's that right down there. Like I said, that looks like wire, but that's actually something different. OBS Forward, hello. And we're going to talk about a few changes. There's an old speaker sitting over there that was on the bench, is no longer on the bench anymore. We got ourselves a new nifty one here I just got on the top there. Got that hooked up to that bugger right there. Just kind of playing. Neil, you started studying and take the ham test right on. Good deal. That's awesome. So are you going to go for just the tech, or are you going to go for tech in general, the first shot, or just kind of play it by ear and see what the heck happens there, buddy? Hello, Joe. How the heck are we doing today, my friend? Good to see you in here, buddy. We're just doing ham radio Q&A here today. If anybody's got questions, we may or may not have answers. We probably do have answers. Whether people like them or not, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. And as of now, we're just kind of sitting in the shack. There you go, Neil. Yeah, just play it by ear, man. That's Neil. What I find is the best thing to do is you go in there, you take your tech. Thanks for the share. You go in there and take your tech license. You pass it, and then it doesn't cost any extra. You can automatically take the general if you want to, and I encourage it as a VE. And probably 50% of the time, people actually will pass the general also, even if they haven't studied too much for it. So that's awesome, man. OBS 94 Forward, you passed the first 3 lessons with 100%. Good deal. Did you go to ham radio prep, or what are you messing around on? Are you just taking practice tests, or what are you doing there, buddy? Just curious. Yeah, Neil, absolutely, man. So when you pay, you got to pay for your test. But if you pass that test, it's no extra charge, and you the same sitting, no extra charge. They can give you the general right there, bam. And if you pass it, awesome. Then they can give you the extra right there, no extra charge if you want to. It's pretty common for people to study and pass the tech in general at the same time. Doesn't always happen, but it has happened. In fact, people have passed all 3. People have passed tech general and extra all in the same setting. I've never personally seen it happen, but it does happen quite often. OBS 94 Forward, yep, phone app, buddy. There you go. That's the way to do it. It works. How long does it take to know if you pass? Oh, they tell you right there on the spot. Basically what happens is we have test numbers and we have answer answer keys, and we go through and we mark off the ones that you missed, and you either pass it or fail it right there on the spot. And we let you know just immediately. So that getting your license issued can take a couple of weeks, but yeah, that you'll know right away. Like, as soon as you're done, more or less, within a minute or two. Joe, you have the FT710 installed, and we'll install your 20 10-meter fan dipole in the attic on March 4th. Right on. That's awesome, buddy. Good deal. I'm going to talk about that here pretty quick, too, because I got some other stuff going on here that I'm going to, hopefully the snow will be all melted off by next weekend, and I can get out here. I got some stuff to stick up in the air, too, so get some new things going on here. How many times can you take it? As many times as you want to throw your money down for it. So if you fail it, you can go ahead and just if you say, oh man, I was like one away from passing the general, I think I can pass it, and after you've already passed your tech, you can throw your money down again. So give me another test, and they'll give you another test, and you can try it again. It'll be a different one. It won't be the same sheet, but different set of questions. But yeah, I did that on my extra because I failed it by one question, and I pulled my wallet out and I said, give me another one, and I passed it. So that's how it worked. But yeah, I wasn't letting that one slide. But I also, I guess you don't have to either, but I didn't have to do code or anything for the extra either, so yeah. Steve Davis, thanks for the share. I appreciate that. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, there is apps to listen to. Heck, if you want to listen to HF, you can go to, you can look at WebSDR, so Sierra Delta Romeo. You can listen to SDRs all over the world, whatever frequencies you want. Whatever. Like I was doing, if you look around on my YouTube pages where I download and re-upload my lives. Anyway, you check.
This is the W7ECAVHF repeater link.
Well, that thing does not want to focus, does it? Anyway. But, thanks for the follow, guys. But yeah, anyway, I was calling QRZ last night on 20 meters, working pile-ups, and there was people like, yeah, I'm listening to you on an SDR in Hawaii, and you're just hammering in Hawaii. And I'm like, oh, well, there you go. No, you don't need to know Morse code anymore. Mike P., thanks for the follow, buddy. Raz. Yeah, you don't have to know CW anymore at all. So anyway, you can listen to SDRs anywhere. I mean, they're all over the world, I've been sitting here calling QRZ working pile-ups, and guys sitting on my live going, man, I'm listening to an SDR in Japan, and you're just booming into Japan or down in Africa or whatever, So, yeah, you can listen to this stuff. It's pretty cool. You're wanting to get your license, man. It could be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of really cool people. There's a lot of good people in the ham radio community. I've been doing this since I was like 11 years old. I've met some of the coolest people ever, and a lot of these guys will give you the shirt off their back if you need it. There's you got you got a few out there in every bunch that are, is what it is. But for the most part, people are pretty cool. Everybody's pretty willing. Everybody's got a little bit of information, and everybody learns a little something. I never stop learning. I know that. I learn things about this every day. OBS 94 Ford Striker radios. I don't know, buddy. I don't play with CBs too much. I know a lot of people like them. I hear they work good. I do know that, but I don't know. I've never played with them there, my friend. I guess they are good though. There's a lot of people like them. But man, I've got a lot of noise. Look at this. This is just let me change this here. Look at that. All that crap on my scope. Holy crap. I don't know why. Yesterday and today I've just had so much noise on 20. And of course, the evening comes around, the noise goes away. So I don't know. It's not coming from inside my house. I can tell you that. I eliminated that problem. Dustin, yeah, I've played with CB a little bit. here and there. I don't know. I think ham radio is much better. You got literally thousands and thousands of frequencies to choose from, and different bands, different types of day. You can talk different places compared to CB. You're channelized, and 40 channels is what you're allowed, air quotes, allowed to do. Yeah, Neil, Striker radios, they're essentially a glorified CB radio. They call them a ham radio, that they're a 10-meter rig, but it's a really basic modification, and then they're on CB radio, and they put out a lot of power, and you're not allowed to run that kind of power on CB, but people do it. It is what it is. I'm not judging anybody. I don't care what anybody does. Not my business, man. I just like to play ham radio. That's the deal. But I will say I do have CB radios around, because if things hit the fan, I will say there's going to be a lot of people that don't have ham radios, and a lot of people do have CB radios. So there will be a use for it, and I can hook one up real quick if I had to. So there is that. In all seriousness, anything unexplainable, I don't know. I don't know what you consider unexplainable. I mean, I've heard all kinds of weird stuff on the radio over the years, but I don't know if I would call any of it unexplainable. They're just signals. So you run a Galaxy Mobile CB for your bass with uppers and lowers, and I'm assuming a frequency counter and an Antron 99. Well, there you go. Yeah, that works for you there. Yeah, OBS 94 Ford. If you're looking to do, if you're looking to do some 11-meter stuff, and you're looking to do 10-meter stuff too, the only thing I'm going to tell you about running a Striker rig right now. So if I'm on 10 meters and there's a guy running a peaked and tweaked, quote unquote, CB radio, and I can see that he's like 40 kilohertz wide, I will not respond to him at all. I will not talk to him. You want to keep it 5 kilohertz wide or less. Like, you can see these signals here. See how narrow that is? That's like 4 kilohertz wide, 4 kilohertz. That one up there is a little wider. I think that's actually 2 different signals right there. That is, but, when you got these guys that are running from, so you see my span here, let me get rid of that. So my span, that's 40 to 40, so that's 80 kilohertz. When I see somebody running from negative 30 to positive 30, they're taking up the entire band. Well, a lot of it. I won't talk to them. I refuse. So that's the one thing that I don't like about those Striker radios and stuff. I've had people jam me on 10 meters because I wouldn't talk to them. And usually they don't have a call sign. And I ignore them. And then they start jamming me. And then I go away from 10 meters. And I'm like, well, heck with it. I'm going to 20. Then that's the beautiful part about amateur radio. If people want to jam you up somewhere, it's like, well, see you later. And you go somewhere else. And that's that's the end of it. But again, my own opinion. I don't care. Whatever. People do it, they do. It is what it is. I'm not judging anybody. 50 million or so watts. Yeah, there you go. I usually run, depending on what I'm trying to do. Sometimes if I'm trying to break a pile up, I'll run about 1,000 watts. I'm allowed 1,500. There's the amplifier right there. I've heard people tell me it'll do 1,800 watts, and, well, frankly, 572Bs, 4 of them aren't rated for that at all. I think I've seen 1,200 watts out of that, pushing it real hard, something like that. But as a kinesthetic learner, how can I get into ham radio? Well, Oak, I'll tell you there, man. And I apologize, guys. I'm kind of just running through the messages here. I know there's other ones down there. I'll get to you here in just a second. So there's apps. YouTube University is a good one. There's hamradioprep.com. You can go on there and check that one out. They're pretty inexpensive. There's, a lot of ways. If you're just going to get a technician license, a lot of guys anymore just memorize the answers. It's not as in-depth as it used to be. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. YouTube University is a real good one. There's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube. Or you can follow people like me, too. And, I mean, I've got a fair amount of info out there. And not the greatest teacher, but, Little Denny Flying Squad Brill. Hello, mate. How we doing, sir? You can talk anywhere in the USA. Talked to California from Georgia before more than once. Is that on the CB radio? I'm assuming? Yeah. Well, that's true. You can do that. Technically, legally, you're not allowed to talk more than 150 miles on the CB radio. Legally. Whether they're going to do anything about it or not, probably not, but legally. Yeah, I mean, I've literally, I'll be honest with you there, Dustin. I've talked driving down the road on a CB radio to Australia. Like, it's not uncommon. You know, it is HF. So yeah, I mean, it when the conditions are there, the conditions are there. That's just how it is. Yeah, fireman, 2.8 kilohertz wide. Yeah, you don't want to be too much more than that. If you're any more than 5, you're getting pretty, pretty crazy. So, yeah, that old Clipperton L, man. This has been a killer amp. This thing's older than I am. I'm almost 40 years old. This thing's older than me, and I've had it for quite a few years now. And it has been a very good amplifier. I recently had to put new tubes in it here about 5 or 6 months ago. They were finally going soft on me, and I pulled them out. They were the factory tubes. I said Dentron on them, so that goes to show you right there. You treat your stuff nice and don't run the holy crap out of it. It'll hold up. It'll last. Talked to Nova Scotia once. Yeah, well, that's all good, Dustin. I don't care, man. My spelling's not the greatest either all the time. But, yeah, I get into Canada constantly. 20 meters, not an issue. You can get all over the world on 20. Easy peasy. Thanks for the follow, Cattle Snacks. Yeah, a lot of good stuff on YouTube for sure. Oak, yeah, buddy, no problem. OBS 94 Ford, if you get all 3, buddy, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you get all 3 in one sitting, and I'm going to need, like, proof on this, dude. Like, but if you can get your tech, general, and extra at the same time, all in one sitting, I will send you this free of charge. I will send you this UV82 brand new in the box Bofang free of charge. If you do that, you prove it to me, you send me pictures of the stuff showing that you did it in one shot, I will send you that radio right there for free. I'll just mail it to you. I'll say just give me your shipping address and I'll just mail it out to you. So you do that, I'll send you a radio. That's part of the gig. Let's see, I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. Good starter rig. Swamp Doc, that Bofang up there I was just showing, man. I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of them. I have multiple of them. Do I use them? No. Do I have them in case of an emergency situation? That's why I keep them around. You just never know. But honestly, for like $25, you really can't beat them. That's the deal. And yeah, OBS 94, yeah, it is hard. Well, you can't control the atmosphere, man. I mean, I've literally been on the radio and been hammering like over the pond up into Europe and, or up into Russia or whatever, something like that. And all of a sudden, literally, you just snap your fingers and bloop, see you later, it's gone. Just deader than a doornail. I mean, that quick. It's like somebody flips a light switch. You can't control it. Jose, yeah, tubes is the way to go, man. That's my own opinion. I've had good luck with them. Yeah, Neil, I couldn't do them all at the same time either, man. There's no way. Jiggy, thanks for the follow. Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to pass them. Well, you can hear me on the radio. You don't have to have a license to listen, but do you have a radio that can listen to where I'm talking? That's the problem. But I almost guarantee you, if you're in the United States, maybe not right at the moment, but coming up on Gray Line or dusk out here on 20 meters, you'd probably hear me. I have a pretty good setup on 20. I don't know why. That's just where my best stuff is. I'm in the central Montana. That's where I'm at over here. But I'm going to get into a little bit of this stuff over here too. So I've had a couple of goodies come in. This is one of them here. I got a good deal on this speaker. It was a brand new one. It was Dave Hamilton. Thanks for the follow. You're down in Texas. Oh yeah, you'd hear me for sure. Conditions been pretty good here lately on 20. So anyway, this speaker right here. So that ICOM speaker, I've had that thing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And that goes to my ICOM 7300 is what I run that on. And I just love the sound of that. I've got newer ICOM speakers. I just think that one sounds the best. I don't know why. I just like it. I got this one, just came in the mail the other day. It was an open box from HRO. It was actually using a demo in one of the stores. I think it was in Milwaukee. And it was a pretty good deal, so I scooped it. In fact, here's the box for it right here. Yep, see, it says open box. Yep. I scooped that bad boy up. This is the old speaker that was there, if you can see that. That's an old eBay goodie, and it works like a champ. Had it forever and ever, but I just kind of want to try something different. Fireman J24, Alpha Alpha 4, Foxtrot Delta, I am Whiskey 7, Tango, Victor Sierra, out here in the town to hold your pants up called Belt, Montana. That's where I'm at. So we got some stuff going on here. We also got this guy. We got this Motorola speaker that came in with that right there, with that Kenwood speaker right there, or that one. I have a ton of external speakers. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to external speakers. I like them a lot. I don't know why, but I do. I always have. Even when I was a little kid, I just have a thing for them. And I've probably got like 20 or 30 of them. But anyway, I got this one. And the reason I got this particular one is because I have that right there. And that, where I live out here in the middle of nowhere, yeah, the external is the way to go, man. It's... yeah, the speakers and the radios sound like crap. It is what it is. So I got that right there. That's a Home Patrol 2 scanner. It's a digital scanner, but the problem is I live way the heck out here in the middle of nowhere. So upstairs, I have a Discone antenna, which is a big receive antenna. It's actually my front room. My wife's getting pissed off. She wants it out of there. It's been sitting there for a couple of weeks. I was going to put it up, then the snow came, and I went, well, once the snow melts. Anyway, I went out there and got the masting ready to go today out in the garage and all that jazz. Anyway, so that bugger is going to be upstairs. This is going to be plugged into that for the speaker for it. And like I said, I've got that antenna for it too that's upstairs. So also today I built this. And I know this looks like a pile of wire and crap, which right now that's basically what it is. But what this bugger is right here, this is a dual band antenna. Just a wire antenna right here. Andrew, yes, it will work on P25 Phase 2 as well. Yes, sir. So, as you can see, there is one there, one there. It's kind of a mess. Anyway, it's going to get strung up. So there is a 40 meter and a 10 meter dipole attached into one deal. So when I get the masting up at the Discone antenna, yeah, so it's a small fan dipole. That's exactly right. Yep. And I built bigger ones. I had a 75, 20, and a 40. Worked really good. Same setup. And just measure the wire, put it together. Works great. Yeah, Andrew, that thing will do it, man. It's a little spendy. You can get them a little bit less, but they're a little spendy, but they work really good. So anyway, that bugger's going to be going up hopefully next week too. I just got to get that other masting up. And that's going to go up on top. So I got a mast. My big antenna for 20 meters is on one side of the house, and I'm putting the mast up on the other side of the house. So I'm going to string that big, long 40-meter dipole all the way across there and dangle that thing between the two masts. And, of course, the 10-meter dipole that's on it, too, will be there. And the cool part about this, and it enables this to work with one coax run with two different antennas on two different bands, is basically RF, or AC voltage is basically what RF is. What happens is it takes the path of least resistance. So when you find the path of least resistance on 10 meters, it's going to take the shorter wire. Path of least resistance for 40 is going to be the resonant wire, well, the longer ones. That's how it is. So one of them is a counterpoise, and so there's two legs on it. Okay. So one's a counterpoise and one is a radiating element. That's just kind of how it works. That's what makes it radiate. Hello, Laura. Thank you for coming in. It's all right. We're just kind of messing around over here today. Just talking about a couple of projects and whatnot we got going on. So, and some new stuff we've got in here. A couple of things. I've got more coming too. Yeah, antenna theory. It's fun. But I've got more another run of coax coming because I've got this spot right here on this switch box. It's empty. See, we got to put something there because that's ridiculous. I can't be having all that jazz. I need to fill it up. So, Michael, thank you for the follow. Anyway, so I got another chunk of coax coming. I do have a chunk in the garage, but it's only like 50 feet, so I don't know if it's going to be long enough, so I just said heck with it and got a 75-footer coming because I know that will be long enough for sure. And we're going to get that bugger up hopefully next week, so that should work pretty well. I haven't had a 10-meter antenna up in quite some time, and I know I'm missing out, so I got to do that. Also, I got a couple other things here as well. This is something cool. So this is just a power distribution block, is what this is. Let's see here if I can do this in one hand. Oh yeah, I think I can do this in one hand. Let's see. Power distribution blocks. So basically, I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to try. Alright. So what we got here, I just got these off Amazon. They're not very expensive. So as you can see, you put power to that. You put power to that. Probably do it on the inside. And then your two center ones, you can run two big wires off of that. Those are 3/8 by 24 threads. Thanks for the follow, sir. Or ma'am. 14U2NV. Thanks for the follow. So there's a red one and a black one. The reason why I have these, I have a really good friend of mine who is, these things will handle like, I don't know, I'd imagine at least 100 amps minimum. Anyway, so I got these guys because a really good friend of mine actually builds power supplies, and he's in the process of building me one right now. We're going to need one for my club. We're doing some stuff here, so going to be setting up a club station permanently. So anyway, this is going to be the power distribution blocks. Folks said I have a red one, and there's a black one right there too. But these are pretty inexpensive. These things work really good for power distribution. A lot of cool little things I've gotten here lately in the mail. Little projects to play with. Let's see, what else did I get over here? I've got all kinds of stuff over here. Let's see, what's this one? Oh yeah, there's the power cord for the, again, real inexpensive. Just a cheapo regular power cord, 120 volts. It's going to pour the power supply there. I also got some of this stuff here too. Thought I had two of those. Oh, I do. Anyway. So I bought these guys here because I need some connectors to go from that scanner, that Home Patrol 2 scanner, to be able to plug in the antenna. And I'm kind of an idiot because I thought, oh, well, I don't have a connector for it. And then I got to looking around and, well, I already do. But now I have more. So we basically have to run it from, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, the little connector there to an SO239 so I can plug in the coax to it there. So, and I got some other ones here too. Just because, well, I was buying stuff, so that's just what happens. Buy one, buy three. I mean, why not? But then I was like, well, crap, and I had to open up this box right here with all this stuff in it, all these connectors and such that I already have. And I went, oh, well, would you look at that? Hang on just a second here. I went, oh, well, would you look at that? I've already got a connector for it. So, now we got more. Hello from Las Vegas. Hello there, sir. I'm out here in Belt, Montana. Thanks for the follow. All right, buddy, Neil, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you being there. And like I said, we're just doing a little bit of ham talk here today, so just kind of messing around, buddy. But anyway, so I've already got one. Which is okay. Now I got extras and I got new ones. No big deal. I'll probably use the older one. Probably had it forever. Just overlooked it somehow. I don't know how, but I did. I thought, oh, that's not the right one. Probably because it had that thing inside of it there, the little adapter. And I thought, oh, that ain't going to work. But it is. So, right on, Ricky. Well, thanks for watching from Mississippi. I appreciate that, buddy. We're just kind of messing around over here today, doing some ham talk stuff, a little bit of chat, a little bit of education if we need to. In fact, I need to get all these other connectors back in here. But we'll get there. Yeah, we're going to close that for now. But anyway, typical ham shack. Dogs and crap everywhere. So there you go. But let's see here. Taco eating llama over there in West Virginia. How the heck are we doing there, my friend? We're just over here kind of screwing around today. Nothing spectacular, nothing super important. Kind of doing a little bit of Q&A, kind of showing you some projects, future stuff coming up. I have half of mine to take you guys outside, but I think I'm going to wait. I kind of want to take you into the garage and show you the masting, but I think I'm going to wait until I get it up. I got a ham radio meeting next Saturday morning, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to get... I'm going to try to get that disc going up in the air and probably get that dipole strung up. And the fan dipole that I built today, get that strung up in the air. And then we'll probably do a little bit of... next Sunday, we'll probably do a little bit of field tripping there outside, checking out some antennas and whatnot. So, but again, you can see what I have up if you get on my either my QRZ page. You can see it all there, or you can check out my YouTube or my TikTok or whatever. It's all there for the most part. So, do I have your QSL card? I very well might. Where the heck was it? I got so many QSL cards over here. What was the call sign again? It was AA something. Let me roll back up here. Let's see. Where was it? I think it was AA something. Ah, crap. Where is it? Oh, man, I think I missed one. Hello, Michael from North Carolina. November 4, November Charlie. Hello, sir. Thanks for coming in, Jose. Let's see. I missed a couple comments. I apologize for that. Oh, right there. Fire truck with balloons. That one right there. There you are, buddy. Heck yeah. See, check that out. Gotta love QSL cards. Yeah, it's got your old call on it. That's all right. We got you, buddy. As soon as you said that, I went, oh yeah, boom, there we go. I knew right where that one was. Anyway, right on. A good deal. So that means you must have mine, I hope. Because if you don't, that's going to make me feel bad, and I'm going to have to go ahead and send you one out in the mail. You should have got one of mine. You sent a request to join? Is that what we got going here? Let me see. Oh, okay, there we go. Accept. On in, my friend.
What's up, Travis?
Hey, buddy, how we doing?
Just so we're clear, here is the fire truck in question.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I pulled that thing out fast. I saw that on the wall. I was like, he does have my card.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scanning around here. I wasn't really, wasn't really doing anything in particular, but you noticed that you caught it there, so that's awesome. I hope you don't mind. It made you a little bigger there.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I'm not in the shack today. I'm at work, but just hanging out. So.
Well, hey, buddy, I want to tell you straight up, I appreciate your service and what you do, man, because, it takes a lot of dedication to do what you guys do, so I really do appreciate you.
I appreciate it. But, yeah, I was wondering. I probably do have your card. When I get home tomorrow, I'll have to look on the wall, but it should be up there.
It's pretty noticeable. There it is right there. It's the one with the Aurora Borealis all over it.
Oh, yep, I did get it. I got it.
Okay, there you go. Good. I just like to make sure that, if somebody sends me one, boy, I really make a point to send them out. In fact, I'm slacking today because I built an antenna. I've got a whole list I need to get filled out, but, we'll get there.
Yeah, I got to get some new ones. Like, I just changed my call sign about probably about 2 months ago. So I got to order some new cards.
So it's an alpha call. Is it did you get your extra? Is that what happened? Or?
Well, I've had my extra for like 2 years. And I thought about it and finally decided to change it. So, yeah.
Well, that's all right. And I've thought about changing mine too. I thought, man, it'd be cool to get a 1x2 or a, or 2x1 or something. But I tell you, there's a lot of history with this call sign that I have, the W7 TVS, and kind of I don't know how long you have to talk about it. I'll tell you the whole story if you want, but there's a lot of history behind it.
O'clock.
Probably never
Unless that speaker goes off, I'm here till 7 o'clock in the morning. So
Okay. Well, then I guess we're going to do just a little bit of story time here. It's a pretty quick story. So, about a decade ago, one of my buddies, he says, "Hey, check out this call sign. This is kind of cool. It fits you good." And I went, "Oh, hey, that is kind of cool." I said, "Yeah, all right. Heck with it." I thought about it for a day or two, and I applied for it. Of course, you'd have to pay for it. Then you just put in and either get it or you don't.
right.
And so bam, they granted W7 TVS, and I was like, right on, cool. And I took it, and probably 3 years later, that same buddy of mine, his call sign's Whiskey 7 Whiskey Zulu Alpha is who it was. His name's Chris. Anyway, a few years later, he sends me this link. He says, check this out. This is kind of cool. And at the time, I was living in Albany, Oregon. So it turns out that the original call sign given by the government was to a gentleman named Travis who lived in Albany, Oregon back in the 1930s. Weird. So because of that, I'll probably never get rid of the call sign.
Yeah. I don't know. I decided I wanted a call sign, so I went for it. But I'm not worried about like a 1x2 or a 2x1. But
Yeah, I'm not worried about it anymore either. I just kind of whatever. Yeah, Kilo Fox 4 Lima Bravo Golf down there in North Florida. Hello, sir.
how y'all doing?
I'm gonna prop you up here for just a minute. I gotta get a drink of dadgum water here.
I mean, we could look at the 7300. That's a nice looking radio.
It got way too much noise. Yesterday and today, I've just been blasted. And then, of course, as soon as evening time comes, it just goes away. All of a sudden, it's quiet again. So I don't know what the heck's going on.
Light bulb somewhere. That's usually
Yesterday I was running around here like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm going, what is causing that noise? Usually it's a darn charging block, like for a cell phone.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out in the house. And I was like, well, it's nothing in the house. And then yesterday evening, it just kind of just randomly just went away. But our weather here, we've been getting a lot of wind and stuff. That creates noise out here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I've got a neighbor who decided he didn't want to take down his Christmas lights yet. And my antenna is in between my house and his house, and I know he's still got his Christmas lights up.
So let me guess, they're LED too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
So,
I've only got two neighbors. One of them I never see, and the other one he doesn't run anything. So I don't know. I do have a guy down the road though. I have a neighbor a couple hundred yards away, and I know he likes to weld. And a lot of times this is what the scope will look like, but it's not that consistent when he's welding. It's up and down. So I don't know. Is what it is, my friend. So what do you run? What do you run at your house for radios and such?
I have a 7300 at the house with a DX Commander Expedition. Um, I just run 100 watts, run barefoot. Um, that's pretty much all I have at the house. I have another 7300 that I take out for POTA.
That's awesome. Well, I thought about getting another 7300, but I don't know. I'm a tightwad. What can I say? And I sit there and hem-haw on things, and I'm like, like I almost pulled the trigger on a hex beam the other night. I thought, oh man, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a brand new rotor, rotator, and I'm going to do this. And I'm like, yeah, it's about $1,500. And my wife's like, how much is it? And I told her, and she's like, okay. She's like, so buy it. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. I still haven't bought it.
Yeah, well, I had a 705, and I never used it. So I kind of traded it for that and a little bit of money for my second 7300. So I don't know. I use it a lot more.
There you go. Yeah. And the 705s are good rigs. I've had a lot of ICOM rigs. I got the IC7000 in the pickup.
Oh yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
you want to talk about iCover? I got a 7000 also. I had that. That was my first HF radio.
I think my very first one was an IC720 Alpha. It was the I called it the machine gun radio because I had that stupid band switch problem, and you'd switch from like 20 to 40, and it would go clack 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 thump, and then it'd be like, oh, here I am. It was a relay issue, and I'm in, you know.
Yeah, I bought a 7000 when I got my general class. It took it to Iraq with me, so it was my first HF and my Iraq radio. So
Nice.
it doesn't usually get put on the air very often anymore, but I definitely keep it.
Yeah, the 7000 is probably one of the best Shack in the Boxes I think ever built. Mine's in my pickup now. But man, I had a 745 at one point. That was a pretty cool rig. I had an old Swan 500 at one point. I've had a lot of rigs, and you know, usually what happens to them is I end up giving them away because somebody comes and a newer ham will come in and they go, oh man, I really want to get an HF, and I'm like, oh well, I got this here. You can have this radio, and I give everything away.
I've got a couple loaders out there. I still claim them as mine, but I don't. They're not in my possession.
Well, there's this
But
antenna
that's what
too.
it's all about: helping people get on the air.
Well, that's what it is, and we got to help each other out, man. I know when I was a kid, and didn't have any money, I had a lot of hams help me out with either a chunk of coax or an antenna or whatever, there's this antenna, this 2-meter Super J pole that I built like 20 years ago. And it's this big tall thing I built out of copper, and it works good. It's a really good antenna, and that thing has floated around to more hams, and I think it's somewhere in Western Oregon right now, but I think it's probably gone through like 20 different new hams hands and been put on the air.
Spiffy Electric. If I knew good what I do now about antennas and radios, I would have had a way better time in Iraq with my ham radio, because that's a D. Sorry, Travis. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, buddy. No problem at all. I'm just sitting here just screwing around, man. It's just Sunday afternoon. I got dinner in the crock pot. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just hanging. Hey, Grant, I appreciate the follow, buddy. You should follow Fireman J also, buddy. And also follow Taco Eating Llama, November 3, Tango Echo Lima. He's got a lot of info on this stuff, too. Popeye, cheers there, buddy.
He's on there. He's on there. Cheers. Yeah, N4TEL, he's on here all the time.
Oh, yeah. He's out there playing digital, making the contacts everywhere.
I've been doing a lot of VE sessions lately. That's what I've been up to most of the time.
That's awesome. How many you got under your belt?
60.
Holy
Close
cow.
to 60.
That's awesome. It's so much fun, I got my deal right there too. So it's I don't know, you can see it.
I do online remote test, and then I run the local test here. So
that's totally awesome. I've never done an online one. But the thing is, out here in central Montana, there's just not a ton of people that want to come out here and test. Let's see. All right, Taco Eating Llama, you're coming in, buddy. I see the request there. But no, it's cool. We try to do it once a month. So, but when we do have people, heck, usually it's from all over the state. It's not just in the Great Falls area. It's like month before last, we had a guy come in here from Glasgow, which is the the northeast part of the state. So
We're right outside of Fort Stewart military base, and we have Savannah does them like once a quarter, but we do ours once a month, and we're doing pretty good. We're averaging like 3 to 4 people testing session. So
that's pretty darn good. All right, Taco Eating Llama, what do you got, buddy?
Not much. Just finishing up soldering one thing so I can turn the irons off. And now I'm done. All right. Yeah, talking about noise, man. I can't wait to get to Bolivia because that house is like so far from civilization that I should have like no noise. Like I'm just like, oof. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's totally bad to the bone. It's not usually that bad around here, but I don't know what the heck's going on. Usually I average between like an S2 and an S3, but past couple of days been crazy.
Yeah, I'll get weird stuff popping up here, and then it'll be gone for a week or two, and then it'll be back for a week or two.
Well, and I'm kind of wondering what's going on because like I said, I have one neighbor that I hang out with and help him split wood and whatnot, and then I have the other neighbor we don't hardly see now. It's a married couple, older couple, so like everybody around us is retired. We're like the young couple, kind of. We're 40, but anyway, the young couple in town basically. Now the one neighbor to would be my east that I never see. Her husband actually just passed away the day before yesterday. So I don't know what they got going over there. They might have some stuff running. I don't know. I don't know what the heck they got going. That's not my business. But that's the only place I could think it would be coming from is out of the ordinary noise in the middle of the day. So I don't know.
Just putting a couple things away, and now I'm going to sit down and relax for a few minutes. Yeah, so it's any power supply that's made in China that comes with any of that cheaper merchandise from China, those are the worst.
Yep. That is a fact. That is a fact. There we go. I'm switching you guys back over here.
Oh, right now I'm sitting down. Oof. Too much work.
So my internet carrier upgraded modems on us, and I got them in the mail yesterday. And so naturally, I plug it in, get it all set up, and all that jazz, and then I come down and turn on the radios. What do you think the first thing went to my mind with all this noise is? I'm like, oh, great. They gave me this new modem, and I got to send the other ones back, and it's making all kinds of noise. Well, yeah, it wasn't the modem because I went up there, and I'm like, well, we're going to fix this problem right now, and I unplugged that stupid thing, and it didn't do nothing. So it's not that. I know that for sure.
that's good. That's important.
Yeah, because I would have called them and be like, yeah, no, send me a different one. Like, no.
Hear that? Or so what? It's a modem for what? For your internet?
Yeah, for our wireless internet.
Okay. Yeah, just make up your own power supply if that ever happens. It's like, because they're like, yeah, we just send you the box. We don't know what's in it. It's like, oh, whatever. Usually well, I don't know about the newer ones. Usually they're like 12 volts. So it's like, stick any old 12 volt power supply on you want.
Well, it's got like a Type C charger, like one that would charge your cell phone, is what powers the stupid thing up. So I don't know. I'd have to go look at the power supply that plugs into the wall to see what kind of voltage it is. But I don't know. There's always ferrite too. But like I said, that wasn't causing it. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's more complicated then.
Yeah, there's something going on. But really, it's only like today, it's really only about an S5 to S6. I mean, it looks terrible on the band scope, but I'm honestly not seeing a lot of signals out there. There's one.
So it could be the band too. Are you having problems across multiple bands or just the one?
I don't know. There's 40. Of course, my antenna's not resident on 40. This is the antenna I'm on. Well, let's see. That's a 75 meter antenna. Let's check 75. Well, that's 75. 9 over. That's pretty normal, though. God. Yeah, 75 meters. Nope.
No. Well,
That's 75 on the 20 meter antenna right there. Yuck.
yeah, that looks nasty.
Radio Guy 22. No, I do not. I'm not running a switching power supply. There's my power supply right there. That's linear power supply. It's like weighs like 40, 50 pounds. It's a big old honking rack mount deal there that's ancient. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Yeah, see, even 10 meters has got a lot of crap on it.
Yeah.
And that's no preamp or nothing. Well, I guess there was a preamp on. But, no, my antennas are horizontal. Every one of them except my 2 meter, 70 centimeter antenna. Everything else horizontal. I had a vertical antenna. I had a Comet Charlie Hotel Alpha 250 Bravo. And guess what I did with it? Fireman, I'll give you one guess. What did I do with it?
Throw it in the trash.
I gave it away.
Oh, well, there you go.
I actually gave it to Whiskey 7 Juliet Romeo. I mailed it to him over there in in Medical Lake, Washington.
Yeah.
I said, here you go. You can have this stupid thing. And he loves it.
I say I've had great luck out of my vertical antennas.
Well, the problem is with it, it was a good antenna, and it worked. I made a lot of contacts on it, but you can't run any power through it. That was my issue. I like to run QRO.
I had a couple of R7 verticals way back in the day, and they worked pretty good. But I don't know. Now I'm just doing wires.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have up mostly. I guess my 20 meter dipole is aluminum tubing, but yeah, that conglomeration of crap right there. That's hopefully going up next week, and yeah, just wires. But again, we're going to be horizontal with it. We're not going to be inverted V or nothing, just straight up horizontal.
I saw
So
that wire there at first. I thought it was a 160 meter antenna.
well, there's enough wire there to make it into a 160 antenna, to be honest. Let's see. It's just a fan dipole. There's going to be two of them there, 10 meters and 40. But there's still a bunch of wire down there. This is just a conglomerated mess. I just put this thing together today, kind of wrapped it up because it's going up next week. Assuming we don't get any more snow, which I don't think we're going to. But, yeah, I just kind of threw it down here for now.
Do you ever get down to the broadcast band, listen to AM radio?
A little bit.
Does it, when you go from like 1600 to 1599, does it seem like the noise just goes way down to where you're thinking, is it even receiving properly?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not my rig. Okay.
No, it does it here too. Watch. I guess today it's not doing it, but I've seen it do it here on 20 also. When as soon as you get
when it clicks.
when it clicks to the other band, sometimes it'll drop off. But yeah, I've seen it do that before. I'm not sure what the reason is, but it does. My radio's modded though. It's got the Mars mod.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change the band switches, though, right? It's not going to change.
No, it doesn't. That's a big signal.
You take 1073 to our desk.
Oh, I should talk to her. I don't know who that is, but
Take 2 Oscar Mike. 2 Oscar Mike.
oh,
Victor Alpha 7 Tango United calling speak 2.
I know who that is.
ON contact.
Whiskey 7 Tango Victor Sierra. Oh,
Kilo Pop 6 Lima.
Well, that's not gonna work. Hang on.
Number
Okay, see, that didn't work. This is why. I forgot. I was.
Oops.
Well, I talked. Yeah, there's that one. Hang on.
Wireless mic.
Yeah, we got the Bluetooth microphone here. There we go. Now we got the right one hooked up. Let's see what happens here. I bet you she'll hear me now. I was like, why is that watt meter not working?
Thanks so much. Glad to have you in the log 7-3. You are dead, Victor Alpha 7 Tango United is calling CQ for the YLOM contest. You don't have to be in the contest to play. Just give me a call back, Victor Alpha 7 Tango United. CQ contest.
Whiskey 7 Tango Victor Sierra.
Whiskey 7 Tango Victor Sierra, Victor Signal Coffee 59. Number 886 from Bravo Charlie.
Roger. And I'm Oscar Mike over here. We're down here in Montana. You got a big signal also. You're almost 10 over. So, and you'd be 0-1 for today.
6 for the 01 from Montana. Have a great afternoon, 73.
Thank you. You as well, 73.
Pure gold, Victor Alpha 7 Tango.
She was doing that, yes. She's always got a big signal down here. Every time I hear her, she's up there in Canada, and she just blasts down here. I think she's up in British Columbia or something.
Yeah, she said BC. So.
And that was about 800 watts, by the way. That's on a 1,500 watt scale.
I was going
So
to ask you what you had that set on.
yeah, it's on the 1.5 kilowatt. It's on the peak.
Okay.
So realistically, it was probably doing like 500 or 600, maybe, if you know. But anyway, peaking out 800, 900 watts, whatever. I'm not even driving it very darn hard. I try to be nice to my amplifier. And I heard someone see, of course, now as soon as I want to talk on the radio, I have to change my microphone over. Someone on the 2 meters wants to say, oh, they were calling CQ. I don't know why they would call CQ on 2 meters, but
On the repeater?
yeah. Well, it's a linked repeater system, but let's see. Okay, see, so that foot pedal right there, that's what keys up the HF radio on the amp, and that's the one that keys up the other rig. So I got to be careful what I do. And sometimes I'll hit the other one and start talking, blah, 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 and then nothing's going on anywhere. And I'm like, what the heck? Yes. Things get tricky sometimes, especially if I've had a couple of beers or something, then I really got to watch it, you know?
Got to talk to your landlord, see if you can put up antennas. If not, there's always temporary stuff you can put up.
That's right. Or wires. If you have any trees, wires can be pretty stealthy, my friend. Or, you know, I know a guy who his landlord wouldn't let him put anything up, and he just he separated his gutter, just isolated it, and ran a piece of coax up hot one side and ground on the other, and just turned his. Yeah, it works. As long as you got metal gutters. My gutters are plastic; it wouldn't work at all. But you know.
Also, make sure if you go do that, you got a good antenna tuner, but it'll work.
Yeah, you get a. If you get yourself a tuner like this one, which you can pick these up pretty inexpensive. I think I picked this one up like $150, and like on the inside it's like brand new, even though it's basically as old as this amplifier here. This stupid thing, this tuner here will literally tune a fence post on HF. Like,
have you tried it?
Stupid. I tuned up a piece of wire fence that was laying on the ground that was about 6 feet long, like chain link, with that.
Nice.
On 75 meters. So yeah, it'll literally tune up anything. Like, yeah.
We'll come out here during a hurricane. Let's see here. And I'll go from the side of the building here on the fire station and run a 40-meter wire half wave out to the flagpole, from the light to the flagpole, and do that. They turn this thing around. They'll come out and be like, "What in the world is that thing doing up there?" Hey, it's working.
It's working. That's what it's doing. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's it. As long as it works. I mean, whatever, you know. Let's see here. Huey. So, an introvert buys a beginner setup. What does he say? What does he talk about? Well, depending how much of an introvert you are, I'm sort of an introvert, kind of. I don't know. I say that. My wife says I'm a complete blatant liar on that. But anyway, you might be a good suit for digital. Sometimes you can just hook a computer up to it, run RTTY, FT8, PSK31, whatever, or CW even. You know, sometimes you might. I'm gonna minimize it here a little bit. Let's see. There. Sometimes you might be better off for something like that. You don't have to talk. You can just.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't like talking to people, so I do contests. You know what you gotta say. You just keep going.
Yeah, that's it. 5 and 9, 73. See ya.
Parks on the Air is a great thing too, because there's not a whole lot of talking there either.
That's right. See, and I can sit out here and rag chew and, you know, this and that. But when I'm calling QRZ, I like to rag chew a little bit, but not a ton, because I like to make the contacts too. You know, I think I made 40 or 50 last night in about 2 hours. And I try to say hi, how you doing to everybody, you know, this and that. I mean, I don't want to cut anybody off. But if they want to call it short and just say, hey, you know, you're 5 and 7 over here in Minnesota or whatever. Thanks for the contact. Have a good one. See you later. Bye. I'm cool with that too. I don't care. Whatever.
There you go. Sparky, I kind of agree with you, but the best antenna is the one that gets you on the air. If you make it, that's even better.
1,000%.
Oh, as far as the gutters, you can use plastic gutters. You just got to lay a piece of wire in the bottom of the gutter so nobody can see it. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, buddy. That's it. Taco Eating Llama's got the right idea.
See, now in my house, I've got a G5 RV in the attic, but then I've got this was supposed to be tuned for 21 megahertz, supposed to be, but it's just I have a un or a balun. I don't know. I forget what it is. I have something there to go from coax to the dual wire, and then just alligator clips running up, and then I just have that little filament wire. It's like maybe a 24 gauge wire just running around the corner, all the way around the corner of the room. I have a little inductor there just to kind of lengthen it a little bit electrically, but it just goes around. It's a loop, and it's like inside the room. Now I don't run a ton of power since I'm sitting in the room, but you know, I could run 100 watts if I was sitting downstairs if I felt like doing that. But
see, there you go. And that's the other thing too, is like, you know, I can't count how many times I've been out here calling QRZ, and I'm like working pile-ups, man. I got like, I don't even know how many people calling. And the person I will pull that pile up, they go, oh man, I'm sorry. You know, I probably don't have that great a signal because I'm talking on a ham stick on a tripod in my living room with 50 watts. And I'm like, you broke the entire pile up. So
Right.
yeah, it's working great. You know?
yep, whatever works, you never know.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't stress to people enough. Like, whatever you do to get on the air is worth it. You know, like, that's all it's all about.
Yep, and that's it too. You know, so like last night, one of my really good friends, I've known him in person for years. His name's Eldon. Is the call sign's Alpha India 7 Hotel Lima. Just before I was done QRZ last night on 20, he came in there and broke the pile up. And he goes, holy crap, I can't believe I got in there and broke the pile up. Well, I'll tell you, I know what his antenna system is. He doesn't live in an HOA, but his wife doesn't really want antennas up. So he has some stuff in the attic. And his HF antenna is a wire running right on the top of his 6-foot wooden fence, or maybe it's 8 foot. I don't remember now, but It's just a wire that runs on the top of his fence, just a bare copper wire, and he's running 100 watts.
Hey.
And he broke the pylon, and then you don't even know. You can drive by his house, and you have no idea there's an antenna there. You would never know unless you walked up to it and looked for that antenna.
Yeah.
So there's a bazillion ways to get away with not being seen and still being able to get on the air.
You said that was AI7. What was it?
AI7HL Hotel Lima.
Oh, okay, because there's an AI7LH that's on POTA right now on 10 meters. It was just funny.
Oh,
It's
really?
just funny.
He's in Eugene, I believe, isn't he? The LH.
I'm trying to pull him up again. I mean, I don't have the computer up. I'm looking at the signal that he's sending out. I'm trying to find him again. I was gonna work him, but let me see. AI7. I forgot which was which. LH, I think, is the one I'm looking at. Yeah, Eugene, Oregon.
Yep. That's funny because I told one of my buddies, I sent him my YouTube link of Eldon last night, and he's like, oh yeah, AI7LH, I know him, and I said, no, it's Eldon in Junction City, north of you there, and he's like, oh crap, I got it mixed up, and that was my other buddy in Eugene. That was that guy, K70WW.
Yep. That is correct. Looked them both up. That's funny.
Yeah, Eldon is just north of Eugene by a few miles. Excuse me. Holy cow. So yeah, I don't know, man. Heck, I guess I don't have an awful lot more. Oh, you're in Madras. Okay, I know right where Madras is at. I lived over there. I actually grew up in Corvallis, so I know that area pretty well here. Oh, you want to come in? All right, buddy. You come on in.
Make it a party.
Might as well.
Why not?
Definitely something else here.
I just feel left out on the
Nice.
radio here in front of.
Oh, that's all right. I can like just turn and like just look at the map. I mean, if that makes you feel any better.
Ah, you're good.
Or we can look at the maps. I don't care.
The 7300 is a great radio. Great radio at a pretty good price. And of course, it's only HF, so if that's what you want to get into, I definitely recommend it.
I do agree. Right now you can get them for about $1,000. I know it's a hefty price tag, but I will say this: if you want a good HF rig, boy, that's about the best bang for your buck you're going to get out there. That's a fact for a new radio.
Yeah. Just don't buy one from Japan.
No, don't go on eBay and buy a Japanese version. It ain't going to work. It's just they're different. Don't do it.
I really want to get a 9700, but I can't find any evidence that there's any 2 meter activity at all in Bolivia. Like, none.
Yeah, they're expensive. Like DX Engineering, good way to go.
Yeah, DX Engineering, Ham Radio Outlet, any of them have them for well, it should be the same price. I think they're price controlled. I'm pretty sure.
I think for the most part they are.
I think they're like $11.99 right now, or $1,099 with $100 mail-in rebate. I think is what they are. Last time I looked at them, I think when I bought mine, it was a $12.99 with $100 mail-in rebate. If I remember right. Kilo Echo 8 Zulu X-Ray Alpha. Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Yeah, when it comes to antennas, I just got to figure this thing. There it is. See, all I got is this right here. No gutters. There's that big tree I was talking about.
You got no video for it.
Ah,
No video, buddy.
it's showing. Weird.
So, let's see. I can't. There you go.
See, I'm still learning this whole thing. As you can see, I got no gutters. But there's that big tree I was talking about.
That tree will work.
That tree will work great.
The only thing about that is, as you can see, we got a bunch of snow here. And there's what I'm running on mine. Dual fire sticks. Oh, track through the snow.
You can look
Yeah, I got a bunch of snow out here still too.
Back here,
officer fed.
I'm just worried. Well, can't even see through the fence, but I got this car wash exactly right behind me. I'm just wondering if that would make any interference or not.
Maybe. It's hard to say what they're running in there, but that fence that you just showed me, that big, nice, long wire fence,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that'd make a good antenna too. Again,
Oh yeah.
you just get something like this, you can tune that bad boy up real nice.
They got that whole fence right there, and it runs this way and runs all the way down that way.
You can literally just tune up the fence, like literally tune up the fence, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it really, if you're wanting to use that tree, a good option for you might just be like an in-fed wire, because they make multi-band in-feds that you can run. They run all the way from like 6 to 75 meters or something like that, or
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah, it gives me a few options to run with once I get everything all together.
right. And if you're going to go through your just for your technician, and I don't know about Madras area. There's some repeaters out there. Heck, I think you can get into. I think there's a linked repeater system out there around that area too. You can get into that covers pretty much the whole state of Oregon.
Yeah.
Called Peak Radio Association.
I believe it's out there on, 126 between here and Prineville?
Yeah, I think that's right. The main hub is on Mary's Peak over in the Willamette Valley. That's where it all started. In fact, I remember when that started. I was hanging with that group of guys when they finally put that thing up, and AB7BS got that thing kind of rolling. So that's yeah, it's quite the system.
Yeah, it's rather weird when you drive past it too, because you just see this normal house and then this huge tower.
Well, that's a linked repeater system for yeah. Anyway, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Fireman, don't let me cut you off, buddy. If you got something to say, just cut me right off.
You're good. I was just telling. I guess it's Randall, probably his username, but I use a DX Commander Expedition. Love it. It's a great antenna. It's also good for new people that want to learn how to build antennas, because it comes with a kit with good directions, and you build it yourself.
There you go. See, and yeah, those DX Commanders are very good antennas. I've heard nothing but good about them. I've never ran one personally, but and what's the range? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. It depends on the band that you're talking on. Depends on the day. Depends on the sun. Depends on the ionosphere. Yeah, there's a lot of variables to that, sir.
What's the range? 300 to 5,000 miles, or further.
Yeah, there you go. 300 to like 15,000 miles, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Skip's running right up, talked from here, clear down to Florida.
It all depends on conditions and everything else. So you can reach around the world on 1 watt when the conditions are right, or you can push out 1,500 watts and not hit your next door neighbor. It just depends.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's a fact.
Well, yeah, I've had that happen to me, a long time ago when I was on the CB. The wife and I were up on 27, and we were just talking back and forth because that's what we use for our channel. And then some lady keyed in and said, "Hey, why are you on this channel?" Because we're on it. Found out she was clear in Missouri. But it sounded like she was local.
Yep. Crazy how that works out.
Yep.
So I have a guy, can never remember his call sign. I've got it written down here somewhere. I feel like an idiot for that. But anyway, he's down in Billings. And, I'm up here in almost center part of Montana, and he's down there in Billings. So I can be in Billings in about 3 hours or so driving. So it's, I don't know, it's 100 and some odd miles as the crow flies, to his QTH or my QTH. And sometimes I can talk to him on 20 meters like gangbusters. Other times I can't hear him at all. Oh, John, you're right there. Holy crap. See, he's in here. November 7, Romeo Kilo Yankee. He's right there.
Randall, as far as getting your HF rig running, what I suggest, find a local club. Go talk to the hams in your area. They can help you out. Let's see.
Yeah, if the apocalypse starts, I recommend South America, but that's just me.
Okay, so I got to say this, John, November 7, Romeo Kilo Yankee. I got 2 meters, 70 centimeters set up. I don't know, if you guys down there in Billings, are you guys linked in with that link system up here in the high woods? I will try 20 with you, but God, I've got a lot of noise. Here, let me make my thing bigger here, and I'll show you. I got an awful lot of freaking noise right now. If this thing will focus in. Okay, you don't play on 2 meters at all. I just got this set up 2 or 3 weeks ago here. I haven't had 2 meters set up for a long time. I finally put something in the air, so.
I'm up near DC, and I got Texas coming in 17 over on 10 meters.
Well, this gal right here is in Canada. She's in like British Columbia. But I got so much noise, just stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I don't want to take up the whole darn thing here. If he was in here, I don't want to steal it. Like South America or something.
Oh, bakit? Balita ko na...
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know where they're at. 14225. Right on the edge. All right. All right, John, go ahead, buddy. See if I can hear you. I've got so much dadgum noise over here. It's just unbelievable. I'll see if you can hear me here. I'll throw a kilowatt at you. Or wait a minute. Am I hearing somebody else on 225 down there? I don't want to be blasting people out of here.
You got the right.
They're on my end.
Up.
November 7, Romeo Kilo. Crap, I did it again. You see what I did? This is why I got to just quit doing that. I did it again. Oh, boy. At least one thing is when I key up that one, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't key up the 2 meter rig. Okay, let's try this again. November 7, Romeo Kilo Yankee. November 7, Romeo Kilo Yankee. Whiskey 7, Tango Victor Sierra.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out here.
See if I left my video in my car or not.
Well, I hear you, but if you're using power, you're not gonna be able to hear me.
That was about 1,000 watts.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to hear me.
I've got so much noise. It's just stupid. S7 of noise. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, well, what are you going to do? You know, deal with it. Then when the sun goes down, it'll all go away. So then I'll be good to go. So whatever. It is what it is. 'Cause I don't know how many of you guys actually see what I got going here, other than, I mean, you see what I got going, but um, gosh, and I don't want to be keying on people either. I'm kind of, anyway, it is what it is. But so obviously we got the Clipperton L. So what I use that for, just so you guys are aware, have I showed you guys what I use that for?
I
mean,
I
obviously,
haven't seen your setup, so I don't know what all you got.
okay, so that's obviously a tuner, okay, but it's bypassed. So really, what I mainly use that for, I know it's a lot of money to spend on something to use it for. I use that to monitor my output power and my reflected power mostly when I'm running the amp. Then obviously I got my watt meter up here that I also watch as well. That one's for the 2 meter 70 centimeter rig. So I like to keep an eye on my stuff, you know.
Of course.
And then obviously, usually when I'm doing this stuff, I'll have my meters going here so I can watch my standing wave and whatnot there too. Anyway, so like, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Whiskey 7, Tango, Victor, Sierra. So the top one, you can see there, that one was power out, and the bottom one is reflected power. So kind of cool. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff set up over here. Some people are like, why do you got so much crap set up? And I'm like, I don't know. Because it's cool.
That's what we do.
I like lights and knobs and switches and buttons.
Let's see. I don't know how to say your name. 10 meters has been crazy lately. It's hit or miss though, but it's been crazy. Trying to keep up with the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I've got to get that. I got to get those dipoles up that I put together today. I need to get something going on 10. This amp won't do 10. It's not, doesn't have the 10 meter conversion on it. But that's all right. I can still do 100 watts. I guess if I really want to go get in a dig around, I've got a KW amp that'll work on 10 meters, and I've got a power supply I can run it on. But do I really want to hook it up? Probably not. So Whiskey Alpha 5, Bravo Bravo Yankee. Welcome in, buddy. Anyway, I'm going to give this about 20 more minutes here. About 2 o'clock my time. I'm going to have to shut this down. I got some stuff happening right around that time there. So just so you guys know, giving you a good heads up on there.
Sounds like a plan. I said I wasn't going to be on here too much longer either. So, but
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what happens. I just kind of end up tangenting on. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a live and I'm going to do this and this. And then I like go all ADD on everything and tangent off into, God only knows what. And yeah.
I'll have to go out here with you one day when I'm at the house, or when I bring a radio to work with me. We'll try some radio stuff.
Do you always work on the weekends or no?
I work every third day, so it rotates.
Okay. So what I've been trying to do, because my work schedule changed as well. I used to have my days off in the middle of the week. Now I'm off on the weekends. So what I'm trying to do is Saturday evenings, I'm going live, doing my QRZ stuff, working pile-ups, whatever, on 20. And, yeah, that old Dentron. I love that amplifier. Anyway, and then on Sundays, around roughly this time, this is what I'm doing, just kind of a Q&A, messing around, just whatever, I don't know, just saying hey, and yeah.
I like hopping in on the Q&As because I like answering questions and helping people. So
I do too, and that's kind of why I started doing this. A couple weeks back, I had it was crazy. I don't think I had less than 100 people in here the whole time, and I went 2.5 hours basically until my phone died, and then I was like, oh well, there's that. And yeah, I don't know. That was just a fluke, probably.
CE3QY. He's I think he's in Mexico. He's always out here too doing lives. He does all kinds of stuff, talking to all kinds of people on live.
Yeah, Koke, how we doing there, buddy? Heck yeah. Charlie Echo 3 Quebec Yankee. I've talked to him so many times. I've got recordings of him, and he's got recordings of me, and oh boy, he's in Chile, is where he's
Yeah,
at.
where's
there.
that? I say I follow him, so, but yeah, I probably have his QSL card too somewhere.
I don't have his QSL card. In fact, I probably haven't sent him one either. I'm bad about that. When it comes to out of the country stuff, I don't send a lot of them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But heck, even just to send them to Canada, it's like $3, and I'm only like 100 miles from the border.
I say I'm kind of picky. If they have something that says that they will return, then I'll try my best to. But if there's no information, I'm not wasting the money on it.
Right. Well, and anymore, I was going through QSL cards like mad, and anymore, I just it either has to be like a memorable moment for me to actually write somebody down the list, or excuse me, or they request it, or they send me one, and I'll send them one back. That's pretty much where I'm at. It was costing a lot when and it's a lot of work because I was out there sending. Holy cow! Thanks for the gift. Wow, that's awesome. And I was sitting out there filling out 40, 50, 60 of them a week.
Yeah,
Your hand gets tired real quick.
I sit out a lot there for a while just because I was trying to get some on the wall in the shack, but now it just kind of depends. Of course, right now I don't even have cards with my call sign on it right now, so that's kind of a little different.
Yeah, I average probably between 3 and 10 a week, give or take. I mean, just whatever. But like I said, I'm basically out of room, so they're going up there now. I'm eventually gonna end up filling up the whole ceiling. I mean, that's all bare, but eventually, my goal is to eventually just fill the whole dadgum thing.
There you go. I'll send you a replacement when I get my new ones in.
All right, well that's cool. Yeah, either way, it's no biggie, but that'd be awesome. And I'm thinking I've got probably, I don't know, maybe 100 cards left. I'm thinking about changing up the design. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do,
Okay.
but do something. Oh, and also we got this other thing going on here too. I don't know if you've heard about belt stock. Me, myself, and Whiskey 7 Juliet Romeo are kind of working on this. And holy cow, it must be nap time. I keep yawning. But anyway, Belt Stock is a music festival that takes place in Belt, Montana. It's a one day deal every year at the end of August. And this will be the third year. And so I think what we're going to do is I'm actually going to work on trying to get us like a 1x1 call sign for it.
Okay.
And we're probably going to make up. He's already working on the design for the QSL card. And I think what we're going to do, and we still got plenty of time to figure it out, but as of now, I think we're going to do like 250 QSL cards, and we're going to activate the park down here in Belt while Belt Stock is going on. And once the 250 cards are gone, that's it. It'll be first come, first serve on that. I mean, obviously, we'll make more contacts or whatever. But if I can't get a 1x1 call issued for the special event, then I also own that call sign right there. Sorry about the glare. If I stand up there, I also own that call sign. I own that club call, so
Okay.
we might be running the W7 MOB call too. We'll see, but more info to come on that. So that'll be kind of fun. We got some people coming from Spokane to do some activating and listen to some music, and might have some people in the local club coming too, and maybe even people from other parts of the country coming as well. It might turn into a kind of a thing, a ham radio thing.
Why not? Make it fun. But
Yeah, I mean, if we can get 3 or 4 stations set up down at the at Kastner Park down here in Belt. I think that'd be awesome. We just take the back corner too. I mean, it's a big enough park where we wouldn't interfere with nothing. I think it'd be cool. I've already talked to the mayor, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't care, whatever."
But all right, well, I guess I'm gonna get off here for today.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you getting in there, and congrats on the new call sign, and thanks for coming in, hanging out, man. I appreciate
No
it.
problem. We'll catch up with you guys later.
All right, catch you
All
later.
right, buddy. 73.
73.
Later.
So, are you going to make it to Belt Stock there, TEL?
No, I'm going to be in Bolivia by that time, and we have to travel September for a wedding and October for a wedding. So that's going to be too much travel for me if I try to make that also.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we're probably going to get there.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get there June or July. So that's pretty close to when we arrive. So it's going to be a lot of settling in too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And you guys have been planning this for quite a while too. So
keep pushing it off just a little bit for one reason or another, month by month. But yeah. So is that like a music kind of thing, music festival?
yeah, it's real small. I guess so. This will be the third year, and it's just a 1 day deal. It's on like the third Saturday of August, and basically during the day, it's all cover band stuff. It's just kind of a thing for the community to get together, but it's starting to get kind of big and kind of. I mean, they do it at the rodeo grounds here in Belt, which is right next to the park, but really the rodeo grounds are not very big. So I mean, we're a little tiny town out here.
Yeah, I looked it up. So is it any kind of music or is it like a certain genre?
So what they do kind of during the day is they do a lot of country and stuff like that. Like I'm up here on the hill, so I can hear all of it. In fact, I can see the park and the rodeo grounds and all that jazz. But they do a lot of country and stuff like that. And then they'll have like one main act. Like last year, it was just a cover band of classic rock, more or less. And it was I can't remember what the band was, but it was a gal, and she was awesome. She did really good. It was cool, and it stops at like 10 o'clock at night. Like it's over by 10. So it's not like it's a crazy, insane camp out weekend or nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't know. At some point we got to travel back to Colorado to visit on and off. So at some point we're not going to be too far away when you think about how far away the new house is. So yeah, it might be something to hit at some point in time, but it won't be this year.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I understand completely.
I did look it up though. I was interested enough to look it up. I'm like, dang it, it's in August.
Yeah. Yep, toward the end of August. But who knows? I mean, this could be the last year they even do it. I mean, it's hard to say, But I mean, they charge. So the first year they did it, they only had like 30 people show up, So they were kind of like, well, I don't know, Like they made enough to pay the main band basically, and that was it. And then last year there was something like 300 people showed up. And so like, okay, so now they're like, okay, well, we're going to do it again, So I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, Ford, 73, buddy.
Advertise it on TikTok. Who knows? It might get big at some point.
Well, I'm the only one that's even advertised it on TikTok at all. So I just kind of, I talked to the mayor and his wife's even like, well, we don't know if we want it too big yet. And I'm like, well, I might be bringing like maybe 10 or 15 people at the max, and we're probably going to be off in the corner of the park doing our own thing anyway.
Yeah.
So. And who knows? Maybe I just blatantly lied to him. For all I know, 100 ham operators show up ready to do some activating. I mean, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah, you get one contact. All right, stand by for 24 more operators.
Yeah. That'd be like the ultimate POTA. Yeah, you better have your pen handy to write them down because it's going to happen fast, buddy. That'd be kind of cool to get like some digital going on, have a couple of maybe, and like one of the guys in my club is a big time CW operator. So, get some CW going on in another band, and we could do some side band stuff. I don't know if we'd be running up here at my house or not, but I mean, I guess one or two of us could run up here and run 20 meters or something. I don't know. But I think it'd be better just to activate everything in the park if we're going to do that.
Yep.
So I don't know. We got a lot of planning left to do, but I think between me and Jim, we'll get it all figured out. We've got probably half of it figured out already, so I think we'll be all right. I gotta get on the call sign thing though here pretty quick and try to figure that one out.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm gonna jump out of here. I'm always quiet anyway, but I'm gonna jump out.
All right, buddy. Yep, I appreciate you, and I'm gonna be out of here in about 8 minutes. So,
All right.
Have a good day. We'll catch you later,
All right.
man. 73,
Have a good
buddy.
one.
Dale, what kind of mobile radio for traveling? What are you like? You talking like 2 meters, 70 centimeters, or are you talking like HF? What are you thinking? HF, I run an IC 7000 in my pickup. I love it. It's a good rig. Problem with it is finding the separation kit for it. They're out there. They're expensive. I think I paid like $200 for mine. Just for the separation cable to separate the radio from the faceplate. But depending on your setup, you may not need it. Thanks for the follow, Atomic. But yeah, the IC 7000 is great. Any of the 706 Mark II Gs, the 7100 would be good. Even the Yaesu, what is it? The 891 is great. A great mobile HF rig. I'm not really a Yaesu guy, but I've honestly been thinking about buying one just because. Atomic, about the SDS 100 or 200, I'd go with the SDS 200. I almost bought a 200. In fact, I'm still kind of on the fence because I've got this Home Patrol 2, and it's brand new in the box. Like I opened up the box and like pulled the radio out, still in the plastic, looked at it, and stuck it back in the box. I haven't even put power to it. And honestly, I've thought about selling it and getting the SDS 200. I'm just not quite sure what I'm going to be doing yet, though. So I probably won't. I'll probably keep the Home Patrol 2 just because I have it, but it's crossed my mind. So I don't know. It's preference. The one thing I like about the Home Patrol 2 is convenience. I mean, it's small. It's just not much bigger than my hand, really. I mean, that's the box. I mean, the radio's smaller. So, I mean, it's not that big. Very mobile with college. Yeah, the SDS 100 might be the way to go. I would definitely put an external antenna on it, though. If you can, get a little better reception. But then again, you may not need it, if you're like in town or something. Where I'm at, I got to put an external antenna up. This ain't going to pick up nothing out here where I live. But I've got the discone antenna. I just got to get it up in the air. So, I don't know. They're expensive no matter what, but I think they're worth it, man. It's, if you want to listen to a scanner, you got to go digital, and that's the deal. You're not going to get away from it anymore. There's very few agencies that don't run. And if you're dead in the middle of the city, man, I think you'd be all right. Now, I know when I lived just outside of the city before I moved out here to Belts, I had a what is it? I can't even remember what it was now. But the 496, I think is what it was. BCD 496 handheld one. I used to hear everything. I had no problems. I just had the little. I think I had an extended antenna on it on the radio itself, like a 15-inch antenna or something. But that they worked fine. But the SDS 100 is a step up from the 496. But so is the Home Patrol 2, so. But I like the SDS 200 because it's more of a base station type of situation there. Like, but I also have like a power supply that I could plug in, and run it that way. So it's a small. I've got a little small like 7 amp power supply that I could. I think I even have a smaller one than that I can plug into. It only draws a couple amps or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shut this down in about 3 more minutes here, guys. Just letting you know that I've got stuff to do here. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you have an external antenna and you can do it, I would say do it. If not, no biggie. I mean, just whatever. If you're in the middle of the city, I'm sure you'd be fine. As long as you don't have like a tremendous amount of noise or anything. I guess we'll do this. I'm going to show you guys how I shut all this crap off here. Because once I leave the shack here, I got stuff to get done today. I'm not going to be coming back into it tonight. It is Sunday. I got to go to work tomorrow. Turn that bugger off right there. All right, come over here. Well, that's kind of weird looking. There we go. Look at that. Turn that back to ground. I come down here, shut that thing off, and I come over here. See the voltage there? I always put it down to CW mode. Drop the voltage on it. Radio Mercy, hello, sir. Just as I'm getting out of here, man. And then we hit the power button on it, of course. Night tubes. And there they go. And now the station's quiet. So, yeah. That's kind of what I do. But anyway, it is what it is. So a couple more minutes here. I'm going to hang for a couple minutes here, and then I'm going to get the heck out of here. But yeah, SDS 100, man, little handheld would be great. I see no issues with it whatsoever. Be fantastic. Radio Mercy, you missed some of the live, buddy, but that's all right. I appreciate you being in here anyway. We had a few different things we were talking about, little connectors and conglomeration of wires, which that's actually an antenna, 2 antennas actually, but that's all right. We'll be doing more on it next weekend, so get that figured out. And oh yeah, I don't know where OBS Ford went. I think he had to go to the store or something. That's all right, buddy. It's no big deal. No biggie. I'm not too awful worried about it there. I do appreciate you coming in, though. I will show you that, though. That's what we just got. One of the things I just got in the mail there. Got that little speaker. It was a closeout deal. It was actually an open box deal at HRO. They were using it as a demo in one of the stores. So got a good deal on that. Had to buy it. That's what it was there. That other Kenwood speaker. That's an old speaker there. But works great. Anyway, just playing around with some new stuff, So, anyway. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in here and hanging out with me today and playing a little bit of radio and whatnot. And I'm going to get the heck out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And have a great work week coming up. And we got more radio stuff coming next week. As long as the snow stays off the ground, we're just melting pretty quick out there. We'll have some new antennas to look at and play with and some other stuff happening here. So. All right, guys, 73. Have a good day, everybody. Whiskey 7 Tango Victor Sierra out here in the town that holds your pants up called Belt. I'm out of here.